I love politics. It's one of the reasons why I teach in law school. And to me, this is the most interesting time in which I've ever lived. You're talking to somebody who's old enough to have been involved in the McGovern election years and years ago. When I lived in LA, I was walking precincts on that very night. Well, I'm fascinated at the way that law works as a social institution, the way it impacts politics. I've gone back and done PhD work in political philosophy, and I write about how law and politics intersect, and I also try to give my students kind of an entree into that. I let them know that politics is important to how law works and the other way around. In one of the classes I teach here called Jurisprudence, which I just finished this summer, we talked a lot about different political points of view, and I tried to have people feel comfortable to express their views, and then to try to figure out what the legal and philosophical underpinnings of their viewpoints were. So we had some very interesting conversations about a lot of different things. I think it's important for people to feel involved. The federal government can seem quite distant. And so with the presidential election and with two candidates who are coming to us to be considered out of the normal process, they're really not necessarily hooked into the party machine in either party, I think it makes people feel that there is more choice this year, and they really like both men who are running because of their independence, regardless of your ideology or your political affiliation. That's a very personal question for me because obviously I'm a woman and she was not my choice. I have been an Obama supporter from the beginning, but I have a lot of friends, I have a lot of family who've been interested in women's situation in society for a long time, and they were really strong Hillary supporters. I have a deeper and better understanding of where they were coming from. I think there are a lot of women a little bit older than I am. I'm 57 actually. Let's say people who are about 10 years older and up from me who didn't have the same opportunities and chances that I had because I came through school right during that watershed period when women really started to make inroads in the professions, particularly in law. And so I think they've had this kind of secret desire to have a woman they can identify with, who they could vote for, who they could be proud of to be president, even if they were living, from our perspective, pretty traditional lives. They still, deep in their heart, had that yearning. That's a problem. I'm very concerned about how the war on terror, the battle against terrorism, is affecting our daily lives. I spoke about that in an event we had here with the ACLU in the fall at the law school, and I really think it's important for us not to fundamentally change who we are in terms of our personal freedoms for a goal that may be hard to reach in terms of what it would mean to win the war on terror. So we have to have a balance between stability, security, and liberty. I know it's a hard balance to strike, but I think we've gone too much the other way.